Hi, Ping. So for those joining us here on Channel 1, glad to have you. On the cast again, I'm Palidore, being joined by Newton Dad on the cameras for the second day in a row, getting those casts in here, and glad to do it. We're enjoying ourselves. Round 1 is about to start. So Redshift on this joust here, coming in with their new retooled roster. Some familiar faces, but certainly out of the mix for at least a couple of these players in that last cycle. So they've been working their way back up this ladder here. They're finding themselves in the gold division after a lot of success so far over the recent weeks. So after that split for Redshift in Cycle 1, as I said, retooled Cycle 2 and Cycle 3 now, and it's good to have Redshift back in the game, of course. Now, High Ping is a team that we've seen in the game for multiple seasons now. Always a pleasure seeing them, casting them. We know the skill level of them as well. Now they can take a one-game win advantage on their record. They're currently 14-14 with a win against Redshift here, but the challenge is going to be real for sure. 1 minute in, currently challenging, finding some scores for these teams. They do contest each other up and down the floor. Good headbutt there from Doug, but actually does direct itself into the waiting arms of a Redshift player. But the ping-ponging does continue up and down the field. So with that, possession time now going back to Mort and Co. AXC Beast with a pass to Stoompa. Stoompa from the rising player. The cutter was Cats, but couldn't find it. And continuing the pinging and the ponging. High pinging and ponging at that. So breakaway goal opportunity. There it is. First two scored by Doug right into the goal. And right after a minute and a half of action, able to calm that one down off the breakaway. So quick hello to our chatters there and our viewers coming in. Again, apologies, we started just a couple minutes late there on the stream end of things, so I know you probably will be filing in over the next couple minutes, but glad to have you here. We're going to have a couple matches in a row for you, at the very least. Going to be fun. Going to be fun. See Abchu, or Abichu. Either one. You know what? You know who gave me a lot of junk yesterday? Smooth Riding, because I was casting and I called him out as Smooth Riding, and he was horrified. But anyway, it's taken here by Stoompa on the sideline. Stoompa from that wall, taking it over and passing it to Beast. Beast eyeing down maybe Cats. Actually, no, Mort! Mort missing that goal. The 4 goalkeepers essentially were all up in the clutter there, but fortunately for them, didn't need to save the disc. The disc instead almost off that into the goal off that pole. Rebounded there by Doug. Doug missing that shot off the backboard, trying for the pyramid, but definitely a high degree of difficult shot off that tiny square of that pyramid. So a lone 2 points, 3 minutes in. Teams linking up here for the grabs. Recovered by Cats. They have some numbers, 2-on-1. But there's all the defense joining just as I say that. So as you see, that's the nature of Echo. I can say something 1 second, and then it's nullified half a second later. The nature of the beast and how high intensity that you get in these matches. Cats with a snag on that disc, trying to evade Luke, and does dish it off to Beast. Beast finding that corner pass. Stoompa putting it home, tying it up after another minute and 34 seconds. So both goals taking about a minute and a half of play for these teams. But sure enough, back where we started, basically, deadlock. It's a tie. Kid Focus, aka Focus EXE, one of our casters, who we will also be seeing very soon on the aforementioned second stream coming along. Second matchup just a little bit later on. So with that Zenny Dude, nice pass to Short Luke. Short Luke has to be careful. There's a lot of convergence on him with a defense nearby. Midfield though, Zenny Dude. Zenny Dude back to 4 aces, I believe. I was trying to remember. I thought at first it was forces, but I believe it was aces as it was eventually corrected. Could be both, honestly. But it's a good name. It's a good name. It's you can change it up even depending on the flow of action. That said, trying to find an ace in that hole, it's going to be Doug with a miss, and will be taken into the midfield now as the players once more chain together, fast down the floor and fast on that approach, maybe too fast on the shot, but a recovery just the same, waving and then displaying the goal wide open. AXZ Beast finds the goal. See, didn't rush it, grabbed the disc, and just kind of did a little show and go, right? Seeing what exactly the defenders will do, putting in a move to freeze them up for just a half second. And hey, second score for Redshift. Now on this joust into the tunnel, some clutter unforming. Wow, that was an interesting bounce that could have been dangerous. Up top though, taken by Beast, sending it to Cats and eyeing down the left lane clear. Bounces off the station, but Beast is there for a quick recovery. Now into the other end of things, deep there, it was Zenidude. Tries to send it on a pass, but instead a turnover, so Mort from underneath being dived. And Mort being given some of the own medicine, a taste of it, that is, because Mort, I always call out every time I'm streaming Mort as one of those players just so very good at the defense and diving out around that outer edge of bubble. So definitely right in the wheelhouse of Mort, but right in the wheelhouse of High Ping as well, trying to deliver some nasty defense right back at them. Now, Cats from that bottom lane contested very well, so finds Mort open up top, and will drop it off to the impending approach of Stoompa, and Stoompa back to Mort, and Mort into the goal from once again that corner pass into a dived two-pointer. Mort now gets them up to 6. And very nice so far on Redshift's part to get everyone involved. 6 points contributed by 3 different players of Redshift thus far, and all of them were assisted goals at that. And that said, a steal might result in another goal if High Ping is not careful. Cats just checking behind, seeing and waiting for the teammates to join, recognizing that not a lot of speed on that boost and wouldn't really have had an advantage. So good awareness to just be patient with it, space the floor again. There's a set out to Stoompa. Stoompa back down to Mort. Liking the cycling I'm seeing. Stoompa finds himself right at the edge of the bubble, off to Beast, and then on the retrieval, and now Cats. What a dunk, spinning around that goal looking like the Flash, basically. Couldn't even see it happen, but suddenly it was just in. Up by 6 points for Redshift. And AB Chu in there saying such a Mort play. Are you saying like such a Mort play, or like such a smart play? Is that, I can't tell if it's a pun. Is it just me? Anyway, it's Cats with a disc on the sideline and into the midfield. If it was a pun, well done. I approve. You should come and cast sometime. You'll be welcome right along with us here. But it's Stoompa, and I'll be fair to Newton Dad over here, making me aware that it was most likely on purpose. So Newton's got your back. But Mort here passing it back to Stoompa. And some more great offense. I really like what I'm seeing from Redshift on their spacing. They're pretty much picture perfect. That pass, not quite as picture perfect, but it'll happen. That said, that goal! Oh, that was happening. Hi there, Doug. That was a great shot. Brings them back within 3. How about that? And in chat as well, Kid Focus, where's Solar? Got eclipsed. Just kidding, they're retired. Oh, Gems, also welcome to the chat again. Couple days here in a row. Good to see you. Taken here by Cats. Cats trying to evade the stack, and credit to the stack, they maintain the discipline. They don't get too deep into the tunnel and risk getting stunned. They are going to retreat into the bubble, where they've been playing pretty well. There you go. Another nice dive out from their goalie, and that's going to cause at least a turnover into the opposite lane. The problem being that they don't actually get back on the recovery with the stacks, but that's okay. They'll still be able to cause a bit of trouble for Redshift, not let them get anything easy, and that is the name of defense, because defense is not easy whatsoever to execute, but you can certainly at least try to make life as hard as possible for these approaching players. They do it again. Zenidude, how about that? Saving the day, and they're down by 3, and that was clutch here in this final minute of round 1. Problem though, rebound Redshift again, and at this point, seeing if they can get one last shot, because this could do it. And that was some placement, wasn't it, from Stoompa right at the feet on a dingo. Oh baby, ate that dingo. Other way around. Anyway, 10-5. What a shot though. That was a heavy hitter, and that's going to be enough to push them into this win in round 1 at the very least. But an impressive effort from Redshift. Super patient and calculated offense on the whole. And shout out, of course, to High Ping for some still sturdy defense, to say the least. Just not quite enough. And it really came down to the last minute, last 45 seconds or so when there were those dive outs and that save where they were able to briefly get possession and force a clear, but then it was Redshift able to get back again and again and again. And like I said, defense is difficult, so by the time you get to your second, third, fourth attempts, I mean, the percentage chance that the shot will go in off those third, fourth attempts, it just keeps going up and up in theory, because offenses, and especially Redshifts, as we're seeing, are just too good to miss that frequently or to be stopped that frequently. But that said, High Ping was and is still right in this game. Round 2 could be entirely different if they can just clean up a couple of those clears better. That very well could have been a win for High Ping or an overtime, so on and so forth. They were just a couple plays away from it being that case. Now with that, excuse me for like 10 seconds because I'm going to take a quick gulp and get some hydration in. I don't know if anyone redeemed it, but I'm doing it anyways. All right, back just in time for the second round, and thank you again for joining us there in Twitch. I see Minnie in the chat talking about some deadly fruit. Again, a Kid Focus in there, and Sosa. Welcome, welcome. Second round, we are bound, and oh man, the headbutts again. How many times have we seen that this week? I'm more shocked at this point that one of those headbutt jousts have not gone in, because there's been so many that just came within feet or inches, it seems like, this last week of cast especially. But I haven't actually seen any of them go in last week. That said, one of these days, we'll see some of them soon, I'm sure. Wouldn't be the first time, at least this season. But round 1, it did start off a little bit like this, where it was end-to-end across the floor, both teams taking possession, exchanging possession, and it did take a minute and a half on their first 2 goals of round 1 to get anything going. So far, the pace looking a little bit familiar. So some deja vu. There goes the interception. Nice grab. Doug just placing himself at the nest to get that opportunity. That almost bounced in had it not been for Stumpa. So some stuns in the goal. Players splitting off every which way. Will be recovered there by Mort. Mort has that one-on-one and a gentle touch off that backboard placement directly into the center of the goal. Nice work from Mort to get the first 2 points. Minute and 5 seconds off the clock.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Periwinkle also in the chat, so people actually trying to do me some favors and get those hydrations in, keep me fresh. But yeah, I guess it's limited to 5 minutes because when there was no limit on it, Kit Catastrophe, before she was a caster, she drowned a couple of us with a lot of hydrations in very quick fashion. But Cat's here in a very quick fashion. We'll have it snagged. A great one from Zenny Dude. How about that? Continuing to provide on the defensive end. Cannot fault anything that High Ping is doing defensively whatsoever. They're on top of it, but the thing is, the rebounds, the second opportunities, and Mort will absolutely capitalize for the second consecutive goal for him in this round and for his team on Redshift. It's always one of those cases, easier said than done, of course, because anything that happens in the bubble, offense or defense, it's very, very claustrophobic. You don't have a lot of time to act or react. So a lot of those times you'll have some great defense, but it's not like you have the luxury of several seconds to line up exactly where you want to clear. Oftentimes you just have to get rid of it. So it's a tough balance, and so is that, because it's another 2-on-1, and Zenny Dude will be stunned, just furthering the complications on trying to save that goal. Mort, that is 3 in a row, and we're starting to see certainly a hot hand here develop in round 2 for Redshift. So yeah, Mort with actually 6 of his 8 total points coming in just the last 3 minutes of action in this round. So I think for High Ping, gonna start needing to start focusing some of the clamps on Mort, especially. That said, great steal and eyeing it down, leaving nothing to chance. That was a beautiful long shot from the short Luke, 20 meters deep, cuts the lead in half for Redshift based off that alone. Exactly what the doctor ordered. They're back in this game, no problem. Maybe Chu saying Mort is on fire, killing it for sure. Jammer saying well played, and Rye Ruff, what's up? Don't know what you're saying not at, but what's up? We'll be taken here by Stumpa, and taken here by the pass, but a little off in the shot. Oh, Jonah as well, shout out to you. So I see some talking there, yeah, from a lot of former players, from Femboys coming in here, multiple. I mean, Mort, I know, started this season on Baked, that much I know. And coming in here as well as Mort, speaking of the hot hand, and AXC Beast on this Redshift team, this restructured Redshift team, of course, put together as what a great passing play. Short range, Mort to Beast. Put together, I was going to say, of course, by the mastermind, Sputnik Cobra. Managing slash coaching Redshift, I suppose you'd say, and across the seasons. And of course, happy to be able to cast the team here and featuring Redshift. They were a team last season, different roster granted, but they were still a team last season who were an absolute dark horse in the finals. They did some damage to some teams. If I recall, they're the ones who even they sent Illuma Duty home in the finals in double a limb fashion. I mean, Redshift was a team to watch out for, and based off what I'm seeing here today, they're still a team to watch out for. Absolutely. Likewise with High Ping. There we go again. So a turnover cause, and wow, the shot. Short Luke. So I talked about Mort, but how about Luke? That is 6 points for Luke on some hot shots immediately after turnovers, thanks to those blazing stacks coming in hot from their team. They're within 2 points, and we've still got 4 minutes and 25 seconds to burn in this round. And I said it going into this match, though Redshift has been climbing that ladder and getting their foothold back into the league, into the competition as a cohesive team here, working their way into it. It was going to be a challenge, well, for both of these teams, really, because High Ping, I've seen them enough to know that this is a team who can pop off on any given night with this roster. And we're seeing some of that happen here, both defensively in round 1 and now offensively in round 2 with some of those excellent threes that were caused by that defense and caused by those turnovers that they forced. So Redshift needs to be careful. They were showing tremendous patience in the early rounds and second round as well. But you can see they're being a bit more aggressed upon here. They don't have as much free time to work with. High Ping is starting to turn up that heat a little bit more and recognizing that they want to be able to break Redshift out of their comfort zone. And the game plan that they've been employing thus far, and rather successfully at that. So some more disc cycling there, crossing it over just wonderfully on the finish there. Mort to Cats. There you go. And I'm going to go right back to what I said just a few minutes back. Defense is hard. And you saw High Ping play very well defensively there on that possession in the midfield. They were super aggressive for a solid, 30 seconds, it felt like. And they were making life difficult. But all it takes, battle of attrition. Next thing you know, almost a shot. Next thing you know, the offense is going to come in, and all it takes is just one slip up, one well-executed pass from the offense to get past a great defense. Defense is hard. That said, though, playing again into the orange lane, back into the blue, however, Redshift now. Mort started off with 3 shots in a row in the first 2.5 minutes or so of this round, but has not been able to score now in the last several. Seeing if they can get some going again, however. Mort walking up the floor did have an assist to Cats in that last time around. So let's see. It's Stumpa walking it out to the backboard. There's Beats receiving that pass from Stumpa. The team play again on points, and they're up by 6 points at that. And yeah, I see more discussion there in the Twitch chat talking about Femboys back in cycle 1 when they were playing there as that full roster. And they were a team I did regard in the sense in that Diamond Division. They were a dark horse for that matter, right? Talking about Redshift historically being dark horses, Femboys were as well. They had some seriously impressive wins, and some of their losses, though losses, were ridiculously close. uh, Cats, when Cats watches this, they'll know what I'm talking about. You know that I'm pretty sure still the record. It must be the record in terms of time left on the clock on a game winner. I can't remember what it was. I believe it was against Corrosion, I want to say. That said, though, that is another passing play. There's Zenny been on fire defensively. Has a lot of these saves across the 2 rounds, and a lot of these great grabs, the dives, but there's the second chance points again. Doompa from Mort. And once more from that corner. They're going for a lot of those passes to that corner, whether it's the shoulder, whether it's the post, or just someone cutting from straight outside the bubble. They are very much favoring the corner, and they are finding a lot of points based off of that. So on this rollout, less than 30 seconds. Well, now, less than 30 seconds left. And though a valiant effort from High Ping, can't take anything away from them. It was just, at the end of the day, kind of a runaway in round 2, coming in from Redshift, continuing to burn hot and burn red as they will shift their gears towards the last week, the last matches of this season. A team to look out for sure, on both accounts. But it will be the sweep as this round comes to a close. But with that, yeah, the win going in there. I love more than anything when you look at the scoreboards here in a second, courtesy, of course, of Ignite, VR.gg, and courtesy of Spark, which you better go download if you haven't already. Fantastic tool for the community, whether you're a player, caster, or otherwise, help you get people in matches faster, quicker, without invites and friend invites and party invites, keep track of stats, stuff like that. So go download it if you have not. But as I was saying, what I do love about the stats is just the full platter of points and assists, the 1-2 punch, basically. Look at that. That is just about as even as you can get. 6 points for Beast, Soompa, and Cats. 8 points for Mort, so you just had to get a little bit more. But of course, the hot hand earlier on, and definitely while he stopped scoring in the latter parts of round 2, that's when Mort started assisting on 2 or 3 assists all up in a row, it felt like. So that's the part that I love. It's not just the points, it's the distribution of points and the distribution of assists from everyone. To me, that is a sign of a well-rounded roster where you're not solely reliant on singular hot hands, which is fine. It works for some teams, but just on a personal level, I love it when the team connection and that disc cycling, the disc, that passing. Favorite part of Echo by far. Now, on the side of High Ping there, it was Short Luke and High There I'm Doug with 6 points and 5 points respectively, so still putting on some great shows with offense. I love the defense we saw, the saves there. I mean, look at that. 3 for Doug. A Zenny dude putting in 5 saves. And Short Luke with 24 stuns, and then you have Aces there with 30 stuns to lead the stun category. I mean, they showed a lot of good defensive intensity, but just to beat the dead horse, second chance, shot attempts, 75% of them, in fact, going to the side there of Redshift, and with that, they win. So we're going to head to a quick intermission here in the next few minutes, and we have at least another match coming up right after. Will be Tarot Club versus Mexican Salamanders. Will be actually a casted match redemption, channel point-wise, but glad to do it, of course, in the gold division here. Going to be an exciting one, and excited to see our casting compatriot Focus playing in that match as well very soon. So stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll be back here on Channel 1 real soon.
Starware. Our passion is for the future.
Lost track of time, don't know how to feel, but I'm not sorry. I'm lost in your eyes, are you even real? But don't you worry, I'm not looking for the one, no,
Aurora, but Anomaly instead right there. That chain. Oh man, we cannot stop talking about it and just how fast it is. Now, this one picked up by Acorn and with a little over the head.
Moments that a turnover happens and Seven's been able to turn those around and convert them into points. Oh no, another one. Citizen long shot. Unbelievable. They're up by 9.
Wow. And says Jaywalker getting in the offense, well, almost, but instead picked off. And that's another clear, and that's another goal. And guess who?
Not a clear.
He might gonna take it in. It is a 2-on-1. Looking for that pass across to Tipper. Tipper now with the disc. That defender got baited out, and a shot there from Tipper.
Yeah, heck with it now on the back line. 2.5 minutes to go in the second round. Paper looking to end this one in 2. Oh, they're still tied. Setup. What a setup.
No! Bartstar denying it as it is going to go bounce into the midfield. Bushibo now with the disc. Bushibo over. Woo! What?
Players and now slapped down. It looks like it will be Palace to collect this one. Palace going for the cross to the law, and the law, he puts it in.
A great save there by Chris Custom, able to pick it up and clear it back down the field. It is now loose.
I won't give it all away, 'cause I don't think I'll stay. No, I can't be the only one who doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna fall in love.
I'm lost in a city, still so far from home. I've searched for you on my own. Cast out like a shadow, racing towards the light. I pray to see you one more time.
Get this explosive Joker offense, getting the stop is Swag War, so we'll deny that opening start, and they'll get the boost down court. They will be at ceiling, they'll find possession, and they'll take this shot in the law, putting 3
of nice quick passes here, sending it up to the top. Lovely pass there, passing it back. Legit now holding it. Stuns there, lovely stun. Or
Sending that one cross, gonna be ahead of its target, but pursuing it will be Team Gravity. Viatrex now down to the floor. Does this angle exist? And it does. That pass to Lowriders.
Average Joes has improved over their current games. The stacks are out. Both stacks are getting really close as blue team flubs their matches. Average Joes puts it in for 2. Taco Pig not taking any time.
A lot of stuns coming through now. At the floor will be picked up and set back towards that bubble. Looking above the goal, and the slap from Acorn will finish that one off. Getting the grab on that will be Ghost Duck. And trying to get that dribble through mid. It will be picked up by Ryruff. Ryruff sending that pass forward. This is a chance. And Ghost Duck, but the save denying that. It's shut down by this defense. This defense is going to find that clear through. Now they're on offense. Now they're going to take this shot. And Ali, we talk about Ali, and Ali does it right.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1 here in week 15 of our third season of this ever-growing league and community. About 400 teams deep, 4,500 players deep, and on your casting team tonight, now 2 players, 2 casters deep. I'm Palidore, Newton Dad over on the cameras, and we are deep. About to get existential up in here. Khan, Hollow, Ultimate, and Novus coming in on Taro, not Talos, sorry, that was last night. By the way, for those who didn't see, I was informed our match last night, Pineapples versus Talos in OCE. I know this is totally random, but 5 overtimes, tied the all-time high in VRML. Kit was just telling me about that and it came to mind, because anyway. Important note there. Wanted to give you guys an update. But anyway, Tarot Club coming in. This is my first look at them. Unless I was a name check. I think I've casted Hollow before as a thing, so let me actually give a double check towards that. It might have been earlier. So yeah, this team coming in, that's right, in March 12th was their first game. So they have not been here that whole season coming in together as a roster, because I've certainly casted some of these players on this roster, just on different teams. But yeah, that's the nature of VRML, especially with the roster lock happening last Monday. A lot of moves being made, so people are just about everywhere, and it's a readjustment process in itself sometimes. But it's the beauty of VRML and of competitive play. It's ever changing, ever evolving. So I'm excited to see what they do here as this roster in the Gold Division. Clearly been having some good success with 8-4 on the wins and losses for them since March. Now on the other side of things, we have Mexican Salamanders here, with the full roster being Focus, EXE, of course, one of our casters here in the league, and just great to have all that activity, especially this month with all the new folk that we brought in, including our cameraman here, Newton Dad. Just a lot of people doing phenomenal work. I mentioned this last week, right? We had last weekend, for the first time ever, talk about first, we had 4 channels running for Echo simultaneously on VRML. 1, 2, 3, and venues. We're all rolling at the same time on Saturday night. So that's what I mean. But yeah, Focus, one of those casters coming along with Mini Yasai. Hopefully I said that right. Mini Yasai? Oh boy, those are one of those names that I probably should game a player about before. But Medieval, Chloe, Sniper Panda, Deadly Fruit. I mean, same case here. These are faces and names that I've casted on other teams even recently. But all coming in the late season, trying to get it going in the final week. So here we go. Yeah, hopefully start out strong. Khan with a strong arm into the intercept from Chloe. Now Chloe over to the shoulder there, but missing focus. Or losing focus, I guess is the more appropriate term, but will be taken by Min. And over to Focus at the bow tie. We'll lose the handles on that one as well. A short range boost from Hollow, and Novus takes it over, clears it out. So back down to the blue side of the field. It's going to be picked up there and dunked in with some ferocity. Khan hammering it home. 2 points. First on the board, as told by the Tarot. And McBain in the chat saying it's pronounced Min. I appreciate that to the max. Min-max. Thank you. Deadly Fruit. Novus Mercury in there as well. Glad to have you guys. I always appreciate when the chat is kind of on top of my pronunciations, because, you know, you got to give the players their just dues. And then when I just don't, very unfortunate. But here it's Khan walking up the floor. Has a defender latched on the feet. That was a near turnover. They're still going to get the rebound and the goal after all. Hollow finding, I guess, an assist indirectly by Khan. But right positioning, placing on the shoulder there, around the shoulder. It's always a point of emphasis for teams and for players looking to improve across the league, and some of our lower divisions looking to climb the ranks. basically positioning so you are left, right, and center on these offensive approaches, right? Because if you have a player cutting in, say from the right side, and they miss a pass or they miss a shot, uh, it's going to bounce and it's going to go into either towards the nest or it's going to go towards the shoulder, the right wall. So if you have even spacing on your offense, even if you have some missed plays, as interesting opportunity there taken, we'll just ding right back to Khan and another ding off that top. Rebound yet to Novus. Novus to Hollow, and Hollow just missing the goal. It was a really, really tight angle there. But just to close off the thought, like I was saying, if you have the spacing, even if you miss passes or you miss shots, if you're spaced well, you're going to get a rebound and have a second attempt, a third attempt. Very much a key factor in the team play aspects, the meta aspects of Echo. And we're seeing that here, certainly, from Taro, because despite a few missed goals, you know, we're just seeing the rebounds, essentially, keep happening. And that's where we're at right now. Let's see, an offensive opportunity. There's a spacing, trying to cut him off, though. Nicely done. So it's going to be another ding. Now, see, there was a cutter on the side, but being well guarded, that one-on-one defense. So basically forced the offensive player, that QB, into the bubble with nowhere to really go. Had to just go for that shot, and it was a cluster. But still yet, guess what? A rebound. So Hollow with the disc. Hollow sending it over to Khan. Khan, evasive maneuvers, sneaks through the soft pass and the finish. That was beautiful. Well done from Khan to Hollow. Going off of Chloe there, it seems, but nonetheless, points going the opposite way. Of course, Chloe there, one of the names I'll recognize immediately just based off the fact that didn't know the name before the season. And then from the very first cast I did of them, of Chloe on the former team, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now, but excellent goalie. That's all. Just, I can't, the amount of times that I've lost it based off some of those saves. But over here, it's Focus trying to look for a pass now, get their first points on the board. There's Chloe with a disc now, sending it over to Medieval. Medieval down low after the stun. Hollow able to tap it out, however, will be Min in the back line. So Min takes it over, looking to the side wall. Some good aggression coming out from Novus, but some better passing. I really like that work. Unfortunately, the angle too steep to make the shot, but the pass execution in that whole spurt was excellent. So Novus now with a line of sight on the goal. That is a really gentle throw, and it needed to be because that momentum was kind of awkward. Just set it up perfectly for Hollow to get the grab. There you go. I made the throw soft, again, to accommodate for that awkward momentum that was had in the tunnel throw. And Hollow just waiting and very well aware that there was time to get a rebound and put it in. So good way to start off here. 8 strong points. Focus getting rid of that disc into the trap, and 3 players converging into that trap and coming out alive with it was Novus. But Min takes it back over. A good clear here. Still searching for their first points. There is a deep backliner there into the goal, playing ultimate. And at this point, not necessarily the worst idea. Of course, you still want to drag him up into the midfield when it's over, but the mentality of, hey, we've got an 8-point lead, 4 minutes and some change left. We don't want to give up threes, so that's definitely going to be an important factor to secure this win. As Khan, going in, nice and gentle, opened up lovely, with a lovely stun, I should say, just making it all the more difficult. I'm sure the goalie would disagree. Definitely a pet peeve of many goalies across the league, right? It's already so tough trying to defend against offensive players, and then you have to throw in defender or offensive players on your feet and in your face, body blocking or stunning you all the time. Just the worst. It's the worst. But strategically, makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Now here is a pile up on the floor, a headbutt out of there. Novus flinging it left field. Bouncing low into that goal area. Recovery here with a chance to go up by a dozen now, and they shall. Khan, right as a stun was had, so was the goal, as a matter of fact. And And the Twitch chat there, see some questions already answered. But yeah, these teams here in the Gold Division of North America. 8-4 record for Taro Club, 1140 rounded MMR. Mexican Salamanders, also 1140 MMR rounded, and 6-0. So both these teams coming in here partway through the season as a complete roster. But both of these teams having success! Hello! Oh, hello! They're up 15 off of that. What a shot. Look at that release as well. That was just merciless. And they're within 5 points of doing just that in addition. So a timeout is initiated here as the teams settle down, discuss, and whatnot. And that's going to be a good opportunity for them to do just that on the side of Salamanders here, because certainly on when you look at the context of their seasons with their current records, and especially for Salamanders undefeated, I mean, that is at great threat right now. But you know that what we're seeing here to start, a little shaky of a start, but certainly not indicative of what they can do at their max potential. But I believe one of those cases that we will often see where round one it's the settle down round, as I have always called it since just now. The settle down round, it sounds nice. So, you know, we get those round twos. I know people in the chat I've seen calling it the, what is it, the round two. There's another catchy phrase that I suddenly forgot now. But you see that shift in round two where you get a dramatically different one, where it almost flip-flops, where that team who maybe got stifled or blown out in the first round, they come out the next one like a completely different team. And we've seen that a lot of times, to the point that it has become a frequently noticed thing by viewers and casters alike, right? It's the reality of sports. It's the reality of Echo. So just at the moment with this timeout, whatever the precise reasons may or may not be for, it's a great time to use this as an early settle down round. And even if they can't come back 15 points, even if, well, they could, but if they don't, the point is they can still come back and finish out these last 3 minutes with something, right? With some sort of strength. So that way when they start the next 10 minutes, they're not starting from ground zero, basically, right? They're not trying to build their momentum at the beginning of round two. They're going to start it now for these final 3 minutes. That way they can go in feeling more confident later on. In the Twitch there, see Novice Mercury saying it's some ping issues, apparently. Gotcha. Yeah, see one of the players there had dipped out, it seems, Ultimate, so yeah, that's all right. We'll wait it out here, and hopefully that'll settle down for them soon. On the side of Taro, they do have a 5-player roster, so we may see, well, I guess I could just ask that into Twitch directly, because Novice Mercury is the 5th player. Maybe we'll see a substitute, or if not, hopefully the ping issues can get settled rather quickly. Because if nothing else, that actually means, in addition to allowing Mexican Salamanders to kind of calm it down and re-strategize, it's also Taro Club incidentally icing themselves a little bit here as they settle the ping issues. So it's kind of a double whammy of factors. Obviously, still heavily favored to win this first round, 15 ahead. So they're not going to be super worried, but it's still definitely a factor in the rhythms and the flows of these two teams' games right now. This can only help one team right now, essentially, this timeout. And McBain redeeming the hydrate. Okay, I'll do just that, because I do kind of need it, but it is at the cost of a silent stream. Oh, the humanity. 1 second. Of course, not a totally silent stream, courtesy of our great sponsors at Fixed Gaming, providing that music you're hearing during these timeouts, as well as our pre-shows. So yeah, credit as well our other sponsors here for Season 3 of Echo Arena VRML with HyperX, Asterion Products, Fixed Gaming, once again, VRware.net, of which you just saw that awesome promo prior to this match beginning. I love me some VR wear. Some VR wear, which I am wearing right now. True facts. I actually am. I got my blue VRML shirt from VR wear. Nice and comfy. And I'm not just saying that. It really is. And the color looks so nice. You know, one of the things I realize here as I collect more shirts from various teams, a lot more teams and players now having their own Echo merch, which is awesome, I might say. I'm realizing my closet for many a years has been way too dark. So I'm trying to go for some more colorful merch when the opportunity is there now. Get some color into my life, not just black and gray, you know. But yeah, with that said, of course, ProTube VR and VR Cover as well, and Rebuff Reality to wind down our sponsor list here in Season 3 and Season 3v3 now. It's about to be, it's almost looking like, because now we have another dropout. So I guess the pause continues for one reason or the other reason, but gives me a reason just to keep on rambling here. Right, Rough. Yeah, we might be getting some throwbacks, or actually, okay, so maybe a server change. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We don't actually have another match ahead after this one, so this won't delay things per se, but at least in terms of the next stream, because there's not one. But yeah, Monday night's a little bit more lax compared to the other days, compared to Saturdays, which are consistently brutal in a good way. Like I was mentioning earlier on, this past Saturday we had 4 channels for VRML running at once between 1, 2, 3, and then VR Master League main for our venues showcase. I mean, everyone has been really firing off on the casting end and the camming end among our new group. And Chocolate in there asking, am I hyped for the final? Am I hyped for the finals? You're darn tootin'. Our question is, are you? Yeah, I'm excited to see some Anomaly in the finals there. And some Chocolate, of course. Shout out to their team. And great to see them there. See, it makes me feel less bad for getting punked by them in the off-season scrims that I sub for. Makes me feel a lot less bad. Not that I felt bad in the first place. It was my honor. But yeah, Anomaly, one of the numerous strong teams here in the literal top 1% of Echo Arena competitive. Just there's so many great stories to follow from season to season, great players to follow. Chocolate, fun fact, I still have, I thought I threw it away or something, or that I lost it. I found that cup that I signed at a whim, 2 years ago. Anyway, no one knows what I'm talking about, but regardless, it's great to see the mixture in Master Tier these days of the super veterans and then the newer generations of players. It's not one or the other. It's definitely a healthy mix of both. Or in some cases, a case of veteran players who were around in Echo for 4 years, 3-4 years, but never actually played in competitive play, never played in ESL or otherwise, and didn't start getting into competitive play really until VRML started a year and a half ago. And there's some of that too. A lot of players just like that as well. So pretty crazy. But not all too surprising that it's been, these players have been around as long as they have been, and the community is as active and continually growing as it has been. And gonna continue. And Chocolate saying had that as a wallpaper for 2 months. Well, I'm honored. I've been so many things in VRML now that I never thought I would get to say, like a caster, a camera person, a talker in general, a meme, a GIF, and now I'm a wallpaper, and I adore that. But thank you, I got all you guys for joining. Jammer appreciating some of the zoom in there from Newton Dad. Of course, Newton Dad on the cams. Talk about casters and cameramen who's been killing it. I'm half tempted to pressure Newton Dad into saying something, but I have the feeling that it might not work out. But yeah, if you guys have any messages in the chat, I'll gladly pass it along for you. Although I'm pretty sure he's paying attention as well. But But yeah, talk about people who have been. Oh, I, I think, yeah, I think Newton Dad was actually busy enjoying some of the scenery around the arena. Of course, beautiful place, but yeah, doing a great job on the cast, putting in dozens of them at this point, along with several others. I know Kit Catastrophe, JG, Luke, probably a couple others I'm missing. I mean, there's been a lot of people putting up just dozens of casts in short order, which has been nuts, but awesome. Just a testament to what we're all doing here, you know, as part of the community and volunteers for a game that we want to be a part of for a long time. So with that, you don't have to listen to me for too much longer, at least in terms of stalling, because we're about to unpause. I'm sure you guys are happy about that. So here we go. We've got all 4 players back. It's looking like, at least for the moment, pings are calm. Hopefully it does stay that way. And now I don't know what to expect, because obviously it was an avalanche coming in from Tarot Club in the first 8 minutes, but they were just ice for the last 10 minutes, it feels like, at least. So granted, some of that was on their side. They had to do some resets, but point is, that whole timeout can only have been a good thing for Mexican Salamanders. Now, whether it will be or not is to be determined, but no good could come out of that for Tarot Club. They're going to have to refocus here, because otherwise Focus will reply with a backboard shot to get their first 2. Coincidence? Not at all. And just a beautiful shot in 26 seconds. I mean, as I said, it happens. It's the ebbs, it's the flows. And that play flowed quite well. So Hollow, just missing that grab there in the tunnel was Khan. Into the other lane, turnover. No, actually rebound. Oh, it was right there for the recovery, but unfortunately a few pairs of hands missing it for both teams until it wound up in Khan's arms. So that one definitely hurt. But you see, certainly that snowball that was developing, it wasn't that snowball that was happening. It's not there anymore. So they got to be careful. Now that said, well, hold on, because a turnover is about to be had. There's Khan again, so maybe I got to take it all back. But no, taking it back indeed. It's Focus. So focus on him. It's Grande. And it's going to be taken here by Ultimate with another attempt at it. So Hollow from the top. Hollow trying to drop it into the goal and anchoring off Chloe. That was dirty, but Focus with the recovery. How about that? Novus gets it back, though. Another attempt coming in. So Relentless and now left defenseless as the stuns unfold, but so does the ping off the goal. So instead, Hollow will take it back. Another chance, another ding, another board, and back to the wedge. Oh, man, and oh, my goodness. Now with that, Shafi, what in the heck? That's right. Heck is wrong with you. Thank you. 20 tier 1 subs, and that is some hype and bringing this cast to life. Appreciate that so much. You're awesome. That support is great. Never have to do it, but the fact that you did makes a grown door cry. Thank you very much, though, in sincerity. That's amazing. Novus here. Going to complete this round now, winding it down. So, hey, we had about 3 minutes of action there after the timeouts came out. And a grand total of 4 points were scored. So momentum, one way or the other, has certainly shifted. Round 2 can be dramatically different based off that. We shall see. We shall see. But certainly a complete wiping of the slate for both of these teams effectively as we just get started in this next round here quite shortly. Yeah, quick hydrate there. Just give me a second because I need it. But man, you guys are ridiculous there in the chat. Thank you so much again, Shafi. Not only, 20 tier 1 subs, and if I do recall, the number 1 front row fan as well on the Twitch extension there that you see during replays sometimes. So, wow. That's the most I've seen in quite a long time all at once. Appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, back to chat there as we prepare for the next round. Gator Rich stopping by now. Great to see you. Thanking Shafi for the sub. A lot of people getting in on that. Bart Star, the shooting star, in the Twitch chat as well. Always great to see you. Beast Gamer 87, what's up? tarp on keeper. Also cursing out Shafi for the ridiculousness. Yeah, please don't let VRML make you go broke or anything. I mean, those kind of gifts make me go broke sometimes in terms of I can't talk anymore. But round 2, we'll get talking about this. Be taken by a headbutt play. That's going to be launched off that left corner. Taken back by Medieval. Medieval towards that trap, boosting off 3 different players in that trap. Hollow coming away with it as the defensive players try to get back and retreats, and the pass not met, unfortunate. So Hollow still might have this rebound with a bit of time to spare, but now playing aggressively outside there was Focus. More defenders there outside the bubble trying to dive upon, but missing the connection and not able to address Ultimate from that left corner shoulder. So assist to Khan, and that's the first goal in the books, just half a minute into this match. Bartsar saying, I hate the last week of the season, actually, so sad. Well, alas, I agree. I mean, thing is, I know it's been a long season at the same time, but man, have there been so many great stories that have come out of it. Like that shot might have been one of them, but yeah, it'll depend on feedback from everyone at home and postseason polls and things like that, but hopefully you won't have to wait all too long before we get it going once again. You know, give everyone a nice chance to reset after those championships, and we'll be back in it before you know it with some new seasons and new reasons to be involved in Echo Arenas if you need any more. Ultimate here, trying to take that disc, but it will be Medieval now receiving it. Hollow contesting really well, and very aggressive defense once more we're seeing. Playing not just inside that bubble and allowing people to come in, but playing outside the lane. Now, of course, the double-edged sword of that is, should you not be able to get some clears off of these aggressive defensive stands, if you lose that disc, sometimes that goal is going to be exposed, or it'll be exposed to a number of situations. So you got to be careful about that push and pull of your defensive aggression. But if you're a team who can execute that well, it can definitely bother some teams. That's exactly what, in my opinion, hold on there, Khan taking it back there. One more pass, there's the finish. Ultimate gets their 4th point. But yeah, that aggressive midfield type defense is one of the things I heavily credit, and I think I mentioned it yesterday. I heavily credit as being something that really helped Joker take a lot of wins in the ESL days. Obviously now they're such a well-rounded team, back-to-back champions, but back in the day, before all that other parts of their game was polished, it was that type of defense that was so unusual for Echo at the time, where none of the top teams, whether it was my team or 11.5 or Kangorillas or Gators or any of the other ones, you just didn't expect the level of midfield defense that Joker had. And then when you combined it with their weird shots, they're effectively weird shots from way deep down, their bounce shots, things like that. It was that unconventional type of defense at the time that really gave Joker a lot of, or actually had Joker give a lot of teams so much trouble. Now some troublesome passing if you're a defender here, back and forth. It's very tough to deal with those cross passes when they're going from behind the goal to the front, right? Because you're making the goalie twist and turn their heads. Certainly going to twist and turn their heads a bunch on that one. That disc is going everywhere, including the goal. 6 points for Hollow. So not sure if this is going to be a persistent issue, but we certainly will find out soon because, yeah, looking like another ping thing, unfortunately. And it may result in some switch outs or something of the sort. I can only imagine. But hey, we'll bear through it. And certainly still with 6 minutes left, we find ourselves yet again at a point where it's a Tarot Club with a good lead. I mean, 2 to 3 goal lead here, but now kind of icing themselves. And there's still a lot of time here. So. But for that matter, if they're unable to find a sub or a replacement here, presuming this ping issue is going to be decisively needing a replacement, I mean, this can be bad news, potentially, for them. And what otherwise has been a very successful match thus far. So Interesting developments for sure. Now, Jammer in the chat. Okay, so Jammer in the chat asking or wondering what the oldest player is that's on a master team. 25, 30, 75? Yeah, that's you talk about the changes as we actually do restart. So yeah, unfortunately, it's turning into a 3v4. But all right. Um, that's one of the other changes I've noticed in Echo heavily. Now, very young population in Echo, which is great. I mean, it's a sign of the mainstream developments and the wide adoption. Because yeah, when I was playing, most of the teams were adults in their 20s or 30. My teammates were their late 20s. All right, there, the nice dive out from Novus, and we'll try to deny this offense, get it going. I mean, obviously not the situation you want to see in a game, 3v4. But hey, if you're going to be on blue, you're completely content with taking advantage of it and just doing what you gotta do. Now play till the buzzer and play with the issues. Now, ideally for Tarot Club, if they did need a ping or replacement because of connection issues, I do believe you're allotted 15 minutes should you need it, and the other player definitively cannot come back. But it's one of those cases where, you know, in the heat of a match, just might not be something feasible for them to do, or maybe something that was not thought about. But either or, they're going to have to finish this out some way, somehow. 3v4. So far, so good. I mean, that's some nice passing, some great moves, and what a finish. Wow, Khan just doing everything there. Pulling a trick and a half and throwing in the kitchen sink along with those 2 points. They're up by 6. Also seeing Fars over in the Twitch chat there. Welcome, Fars from Ignite. Always a lovely sight, providing, well, of course, Ignite providing Spark and nothing else. Fars and Cope providing some great camaraderie here in VR Master League, right? Right. Love you, Fars. Also, by the way, since you're here, I've been meaning to ask, because I was just talking about teams and their merch and stuff. Next Ignite shirt when? Because I really want it. Khan here with the disc. Khan is going to go for another goal. Huh. Now that is 2 in a row. Despite being down 3v4 on the rosters, you do not see this all too often. But man, some way, somehow, Tarot Club is answering the call impressively. Now, can this sustain for the last 340 is the question. Right here, and again, mentioning too, Bears mentioning too, that both these teams not rostered the whole season. They've been on other teams, but as far as how long they've all been on teams, only coming in the last month or so, as a big shot from Focus is going to at least close the gap a little more. Brings it within 5. Very important hit, because to have those 2 goals go against them a minute ago, I mean, that in itself can cause kind of a mental snowball if you're not careful. So that's kind of a calming shot that they just took. Nice hit to, hopefully for them, force that round 3. Far as saying, I'm sure it will surprise many people. Soon we have an announcement. Okay, can't wait, can't wait. Might even do a, well, maybe not the Renegade anymore, but I'll give you another giftable moment in your Ignite shirt next time around. But with that, Medieval being overtaken here, a turnover could be costly, especially with that open 3. That's going to be bounced, actually, maybe even an intentional one. I can't tell because there was a stack going down the floor. In theory, they would have met that disc at the same time had they not ran into the bow tie. But regardless, it will be a turnover into the midfield. Teams contesting each other now as they pile up. Hollow actually able to snag the disc. 3v4 again, but turning into a 1-on-2 in the goal. Whoa, what a dodge. Khan. A bad man, and absolutely just move after move. This is the 2nd or 3rd time. Not bashful, but so confident on these drives and the ability to be just ever so slightly evasive enough to squeeze through the defense. This is a pretty crazy development here in this round. A very wild game. In some ways good, some ways bad, but you know, nature of the internet. That said, I give full credit to Tarot Club because it's not easy to stay mentally strong when you're dealing with outside factors like this. Going against what otherwise was a strong effort from you. But that said, they have responded in a really admirable fashion. Can't really take anything away from them. Right here, taking it away from them, I guess, the disc is Min with it. So they still have some time here. They're not out of the woods for a recovery. They can still do it, but it's not looking good as all. They've got to start acting fast and get some quick goals, and preferably some threes here right about now, honestly. So a turnover could be big, but Hollow gets it right back, passing it off to Khan. And Khan into the clear off the side wall, off that Geo into the three. That is blood in the water, and that is some ice in the veins. Novus will close this real soon. They're up by 10. What an unexpected series of events in this round. Needless to say. But closing it out. Final few minutes, up by 10. And back on the defense is Tarot Club, Mexican Salamanders on this joust. It's Min with a disc, looking to at least bring it closer and get one more score as they roll out here left to right. And right back again, but off of the island, unfortunately. So take back by Khan. Khan towards the midfield. And that's going to bounce one way and into the trap. So goal could be open for one more shot. And let's see. Nope, covered off by Chloe in there. So Hollow bringing it up the floor. One last play. Beautiful lead on that pass. And Khan, of course. On course, and that shot was an encore, I suppose, but we are done with this round, and that is a 2-round sweep, even down 3v4 in the last several minutes, 17-5, and that was a, needless to say, kind of a statement match, being shown by Tarot Club. What an effort. Not letting anything get them down, despite the ping being up. So, with that, it's a match, impressively at that. Tarot Club are going to move on to a 9-4 record. And on top of that, and Mexican Salamanders, their first loss of this season. Granted, short season, 6-1, but still. Testament to both these teams, those positive records here in the Gold Division on the rise. And even though this is a setback that Mexican Salamanders weren't expecting or wanting, I'm certain it's not something that will affect their players long term. Because, as I said, pretty much casted all these players on different teams throughout this season before this match. So, you know, I know what they're all about. I'm expecting to see these players all returning later in the week and, of course, in Season 4, and expecting them to keep on rising. So keep an eye out on them. But from the casting end of things, as we do look at our final stats there, Tarot Club, I mean, Khan with a ridiculous round, especially that second round after they dropped that player. Move after move, drive after drive, was able to get it through the defense almost at will with the 14 points and 4 assists. You had Hollow putting in 3 points, or 3 assists with those 9 points as well. And for Novus, a few points, an assist and a steal. Over to Mexican Salamanders side, talked about the defensive players, Chloe there, Focus, and Min. Look at that, 4, 4, and 5 saves. That is a lot of saves to have. As I said, the defense was nothing to shake a stick at. It was definitely intense, but just could not quite bear with the offensive barrage by the end of the day on Tarot Club's 79% of shot attempts. That was the undoer, basically. But Focus there, our awesome caster here on the casting team, with the 7 points as well, 28 stuns. A Medieval with an assist and 15 stuns. And once again, Min with the 2 assists and the 5 saves, as mentioned, to lead the way across both teams in that department. But yeah, that was a fun match. Fun matches that we've had here on VRML1 this afternoon and evening. So thank you guys for joining throughout it. Before we do part off, did I miss anything super important there, or any last messages? Because I think this will probably be our last stream today. So May 15th and 16th, of course, as a voice in the dark reminds me, is our finals. So it's coming up soon, folks. This is the last week of regular season, but we will have our Challenger Cups and our finals coming along for our 3 regions, our 400 teams and 4,500 players. I mean, all of that season, last several months, condenses down into these final weeks and these final moments. So it's going to be exciting for sure. One more shout out to Shafi again for the 20 tier 1 subs, which is pretty unprecedented. Not often you see stuff like that. And as I always say, you guys, tuning into the streams and chatting and such, that in itself is more than enough. But for players who do wish to support VRML, support the casting teams, things like that with your bits and your subs, it also means a lot. Makes all of us just feel really grateful and appreciated. But likewise, we appreciate all you guys for watching and allowing us here as casters and cameramen and so on to help produce these matches and keep growing the league and keep growing the game especially. Channel points. Yes. Channel point payout was there. Thank you to Newton Dad for taking care of that. Smooth Raiden, Sniper Panda, Novice Mercury, Evil Lefty, Deadly Fruit, Jammer, Fars, and Cats, Ryruff. I'm gonna keep on scrolling. Chocolate. And I think that's just about it. So, yeah, thank you guys. Until tomorrow, barring any last minute pickups. Until tomorrow, I've been Palidore. That has been Newton Dad on the cameras. Thank you to JG and Kit Catastrophe for casting with me earlier on Channel 1 just a couple hours ago. Until next time, hey, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be great to each other. And I'm going to see you again really soon.
And we're underway.
Season 3 of VR Master League Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Rebuff Reality, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.